إن الحمد لله وحده الصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده وبعد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In our previous session, we talked about the miserliness, and in this session, we are going to talk about one of the higher virtues, one of the higher standards of generosity, that is Ithar. But before we deliberate upon the concept of Ithar or giving preference others upon oneself, uh, here are some of the examples. Imam Al-Ghazali rahimahullah has given some of the examples of the miserly person, the miserly people. It was reported that Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them both, said, Al-Hajib, a miserly Arab man, used not to kindle fire during the night, lest someone should observe it and benefit from its light. But if he was obliged to start fire and then saw someone using its light, he would put it out. So this is the one of the examples Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu gave as that of the misers. Means they don't want to benefit, they don't want to see other people getting benefited from their stuff. And Al-Hajib, he was very famous for his miserliness among the Arabs. And one of the example about him is that he would not kindle the fire during the night, because he thought he would think that if he would kindle the fire, others may benefit, others may observe the things, others may get the heat from it. So but if he was obliged to start a fire and then he saw someone using its light, then he would put it out. So that was his level. Actually, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I said before, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is tremendously generous. His generosity can be seen, can be observed all through this universe. That he created the things in abundance, that speaks volumes of his generosity. So that is the trait, that is the quality we need to adopt. That whenever it's time to help others, then we should not be tight-fisted, we should not be niggardly, we should not be miser. And it was said that Marwan ibn Abi Hafsa was a miserly person, and once when he was about to go out to meet Al-Mahdi, a caliph. Al-Mahdi was which were during the Abbasid period, as we have many stages of the Khilafah. After the Khilafat al-Rashida, there was Al-Khilafah al-Umayyah, the Umayyad Caliphate. After the Umayyads, there were the Abbasids. One of the Abbasid caliph was Mahdi. And this Marwan ibn Abi Hafsa, he was supposed to visit him. He was supposed to visit Khalifa. His wife asked him, what will you give me if he gives you a gift? Because it was quite understandable that the caliph will definitely give some gift to him. So the wife asked him what portion he is going to give her. Marwan said, if he gives me 100,000 dirhams, I will give you 1 dirham. Al-Mahdi gave him 60,000 dirhams. So he gave his wife less than a dirham. Means that showing this miserliness, the love of dunya. But here one thing is to be understood, that this is truly miserliness, that a person doesn't want to give to anyone else, whether close or distant, he doesn't want to give to anyone else. But one thing is important to understand here regarding the head of the family. If the head of the family feels that his wife is just extravagant, she's wasteful, she's not preserving the things well, then he is supposed to just hold his money from her. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, "La tu'tu sufaha'a amwalakum." Do not give your wealth to those who are not able to preserve it, who are not able to use it properly. Means if they are wasteful, they are extravagant, then it should be stopped from there. And that time, that preventing the person who is wasteful is not considered to be an act of miserliness on the part of the one who prevents it, who stops it, because he knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask him about the wealth. As we know that there are 5 questions that no feet of any son of Adam will move on the day of judgment until he answers 5 questions. So two of the 5 questions will be, how did he earn the wealth? And another question regarding the wealth, how did he spend the wealth? So it's not just we have to see the means, that what means are lawful means. After earning the wealth through lawful means, we have to see how to spend it through the lawful means. So in this case, if a person feels that his subordinates or those who are under his command, they are not able to use it properly, he can prevent it, he can stop it from them, as Quran mentions, La tu'tu sufaha amwalakum. Do not hand over your wealth to the one who are sufaha, who are foolish people, who don't know how to use it, who use the wealth lavishly. So that time, that person won't be called as miser. Rather, he'll be regarded as the one who observed the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the person is quite responsible and accountable. It is his sense of accountability and sense of his responsibility which prevents him to give the wealth to those who are wasteful. But in this case, the wife was not extravagant, she was not wasteful. Rather, it was the Marwan ibn Abi Hafsa was himself the miser person. Though he promised the wife that if he gets 1,000 dirham, he will give her one dirham. And Khalifa al-Mahdi, he gave him 60,000 dirhams. And he gave her less than a dirham. So this is quite an example of miserliness. And it was also said that once a very miserly man, who was also very rich, needed a porter to carry some stuff for him. How much will you take from me for carrying this stuff? He asked the porter. A dirham, answered the porter. No, you should take less than that, objected the miserly man. But what is supposed to be less than a dirham? Asked the porter. The miserly man said, we may buy some carrots with a dirham and then eat them together. So this is the high level of miserliness.